exemption limit of 1 lakh for LTCG, capital gains, long-term capital gains on certain financial assets, such as those which are shares and bonds, have been given, and it is in this budget raised to 1.25 lakhs, which also, I strongly believe, benefits the middle class, because small money which is getting invested in shares and stocks and in bonds for small returns that people would want to have, because their investing capacities are not very big. Even for them, this budget has given relief in that we've exempted it from any kind of tax, and that 1 lakh exemption has been enhanced to 1.25. So middle class, which finds that returns from the stock markets are much better than some of the some of the saving schemes, and therefore who have gone there in their own wisdom, we have not taxed them, we've only given them exemption and enhanced exemption, 1 lakh to 1.25 lakh exemption, certainly aiming at the middle class, sir. Therefore, the narrative which is now being said, oh, the middle class, you put them to difficulty, you've not done anything, they are angry with you. Certainly, sir, I want the parties who are talking about middle class now to understand, this country had 98% taxation in one of the earlier regimes, the ancient regimes, which also cared nothing for the fundamental rights of the citizens. The regime which brought in emergency, 98% tax. At that time, no middle class worry. No middle class worry. Sir. Only black money. And for the number of corruption that had happened between 2004 and 14, sir, public of India would have been much better if those monies were in the coffers rather than in the pocket of a few dynastic leaders. Sir, indirect taxes. On the customs side, sir, on the customs side, we have taken several steps to facilitate international trade, ensure processes becoming simpler and faster, and also to lead to lower logistics cost and compliance cost. And this would certainly boost the domestic production and enhance export competitiveness. So when we brought down the customs duty on several of those items listed in this budget, it was aimed at reducing the prices of raw materials and inputs, making domestic production far more cost effective. So to promote trade and employment, sir, we have in this finance bill proposed rate cuts on certain inputs for labor intensive industries such as leather and textile sectors that will boost job creation and address duty inversion issues which are prevalent in the textile sector. Exemptions and reductions, sir, on 27 critical minerals. I know Honorable Member Supriya Sule has raised a question on it. I'll certainly come to answer specifically on that issue. But exemption and reduction on 27 critical minerals such as lithium, cobalt, and many others which are necessary for this country's strategic autonomy. Duty rate cuts on precious metals, gold and silver, because India is one of the largest hub for cutting and polishing diamonds, and it creates jobs in big numbers. So, and also the gems and jewelry mark a very big export potential for this country. Therefore, we have brought down the duty rates here so that domestic value addition work can be better carried out for export purposes. So, duty rate cuts have also been done on certain inputs for the aqua farming area and the marine industry, so that we'll be able to export more marine products, especially for shrimp. So this is because the industry has been requesting the government, the raw materials which are being imported are critical for maintaining high standards of exports. So although domestic capacity is in the initial stages, I know some of the members of parliament have met me about capacity existing within this country, and at this stage do we want to reduce the duties. We have certainly supported the manufacturing happening in the country, but till such a time we didn't want, till such a time that they reach a level, we didn't want marine exports to suffer, and therefore some duty cuts have been brought in there as well. Over and above all this, I have also announced that there will be a comprehensive review of the rate structure over the next 6 months, and hopefully at the end of that exercise we'll have a greater simplified tax structure for our country as a whole.